Hello, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you for clicking on to what is my thoughts of Finding Dory on Blu-ray. That's right, this is the one-disc version of the Disney Pixar sequel to Finding Nemo, which is the original film's well over a decade old, I do believe, and they've done the sequel about Finding Dory. Now, I hadn't watched this film prior to owning the Blu-ray, which comes out in the UK on the 28th, I do believe. I've managed to get my hands on it 2 days early, so I managed to spend a good bit of time with the Blu-ray and got to notice with a single disc. This is the version I've got. There's no cover. Well, there is a cover, but there's no cardboard cover, so there's no sleeve. The Blu-ray's actually in the machine as well. There's no paper information, doing a bit for the environment, I suppose. But yes, this particular sequel, the film, in fact, it's a little bit different to Finding Nemo. Yes, it is set in the ocean, but of course it is basically, it's about the sidekick this time. It's about Dory, played by Ellen, very well played by Ellen vocally. But the story, I actually thought this film wasn't going to be any good going into it. But, you know, now I've watched it, I can think, yeah, it's actually not bad. I wouldn't say it was as entertaining as the first film, Finding Nemo, but Finding Dory, yeah, very entertaining on different level, because it's a similar story where one fish goes to find another fish, but slightly different with Dory, but very worth the watch if you can get your hands on it, or wait for it in the sort of Disney buy one get one free, which normally happens. Now, of course, new characters are introduced, and the two seals are very interesting, played by a couple of favourites, Iris Berber as well, played by the seals or sea lions, whatever. Yes, and Hank as well, the octopus. Very entertaining and very funny as well, and some of the things might just go over the little children's heads, but very worth entertaining. Now, the actual Blu-ray itself does come with quite a number of features, for despite only being a single disc. The first one I got was a Pixar animated short, which most of these Pixar films do come with, the Pixar animated short. And I was watching this short with the wife. It's called Piper. It is based on a sort of a seabird who's on the seaside, as it were. Nothing to do with Finding Dory, completely different. A very charming little animation there, and it's all computer generated, but we was trying to watch a very careful eye, and we did actually think how realistic it did look, this animated film. That is definitely worth a watch if you can get your hands on it, of course. Now, there was many other features as well, some that I'm going to talk to you about now, like marine interviews, and which is basically quite a comical little thing, which is about the creatures and the characters that are actually in the film talking about what's going on, things like that. And I felt this was a little bit like Creature Comforts. It may be being a little tribute to Creature Comforts, if you remember that from back in the day, or even the new series which has happened. The Octopus That Broke Pixar, which is one of the features on the Blu-ray, which talks about the difficulties of creating the character Hank within the film. That was very interesting on the sort of technical side of the computer animation thing, if you're into that thing. I am. There was a carpool with the male cast of the film. Well, don't waste your time. That was just not funny nor interesting. Of all the things that go on there. Oh, my throat, oh dear. Okay, now, of course, there's lots of cast features to talk about the animals and things like that. But overall, this is probably definitely worth it if you are a big fan of the Disney Pixar films, because I actually generally think the Pixar films are much better than some of the latest Disney feature films that are coming out. And even though this is a Disney Pixar sequel, and we know some of them aren't particularly too good, but obviously some of them are very good. Toy Story, so yeah, this is just like one of them. Quite enjoyable. I didn't expect to enjoy this film as much, but yeah, it was really enjoyable, and yeah, well worth the little ones for Christmas. So there's my view. Have you got any questions on it? It does come out in the UK tomorrow on the 28th. It's 27th now. Hope you enjoyed this video. Do all the subscribey stuff and leave a comment and do a like or even dislike if you didn't like the video. Anyway, I'm Adam Paul Morgan. Thank you very much for watching, and ta-ra a bit. You know what? I think I'm going to watch this again because I enjoyed it that much. Like now.